did you meet Will Smith? All right, Weekend Report is here. I want to tell you it is unequivocal. James Franklin cares about gamblers. Rico, I need you to help me whether this was delightful or douchey. James Franklin with 2 minutes left, needing a touchdown to cover as a 26.5-point favorite. He decided, I'm going to go fake kneel down with a backup QB and launch a bomb to cover the number at Northwestern. Is that delightful or douchey? Because you know where I'm at.
It's delightful for you, Mike, because as you say, good teams win, great teams cover.
And great coaches care about their boosters who are betting on alma mater. The more you cover as a coach, the friendlier people are going to be to you. That's my theory.
I would rather you just come out and say, yeah, I knew what I was doing, instead of the whole, oh, shucks.
One
really?
time I want a coach to come out and say, you know what? I know our alums, and I know what bet they made today. That was for you.
Yeah, to look at the camera and point and say, guys, that was for you. And those you know, you know.
What trouble would a coach get into for covering the number?
Oh, my God.
Come on.
He would probably get canceled.
Why?
Because
I coach Penn State. I'm laying 26.5. I care about my boosters.
Mike, you would get canceled because then people would say, well, what about all the people with the gambling addiction, blah, blah, blah. You don't care about the people.
Cutscene. All gambling commercials during commercial breaks on the network your team's playing.
I understand, but then it's like, oh, you know, what are you throwing games? Yeah.
No, I'm covering games.
I would love to see a coach just wink at the camera and say, for those who needed that last touchdown was for you.
Well, if that's going to cancel James Franklin, then you'd have to explain how this man's not canceled. I give you Malpractice 101. Brandon Staley done did it again. A week ago, he went for it. Inside his own 30. Under 2 minutes. On 4th and 1. No good reason. The Vikings let him off the hook. Rico, he came back and did it again this week. Only for the Raiders to go full Raiders. I ask you, is this a cry for help and a man trying to get fired, or just the dumbest human on earth?
I think both things can be true.
All righty.
Because you're allowed to make a mistake once. You can't make it again. And when you want to see him win, I guess the Chargers are like, okay, you know what? Our coach is an idiot. So we just got to go out here and win this game again because this man is incompetent to being coach. He's going to get fired, but it does really look like he doesn't want the job anymore. And he's trying to figure out, man, that didn't work again. What can I do next week?
Will they eventually let me leave?
What are you going to do next week, Brandon?
2 points of no return in the Weekend Report. One is this. If your team was up 35-7 in the late stages of the third quarter, only to give up the last 33 points of the game to lose, there's no coming back from that. Unfortunately, that was Central Florida, and the team that came back to beat them was Baylor. Rico, you're up 35-7 late third quarter. Your team loses a game. Are you opting out? Is there any coming back from that as a fan?
No. No, it's not. It's heartbreaking.
Not possible.
Because that's, Mike, most fans probably left to beat traffic.
Up 35-7.
And then you click on the radio just to hear what the final score is, and
Not
you look at each other and
35-7.
say, what happened? Followed with some expletives in between there.
Let me give you the point of no return number 2. This is not a hot take. I mean this. It's Bill Belichick. It's over, Rico. The Patriots, they're not athletic. They're not talented. They don't have a quarterback. And his defensive genius is getting shredded on a week-by-week basis. You can go look at the Miami game, look at the Dallas game. I'm being serious with you. Doesn't Robert Kraft have to have the conversation with Bill Belichick? Mm-hmm. It's over, right?
Yeah, I think that the come to Jesus moment was him physically rubbing his face on camera where he just looked lost, like, where's Tom? What happened? This used to be so easy. The game passed him by. It literally went right past him, and he has no clue what to do. Mike, if you're Robert Kraft, if you're New England, it's painful because you want to keep the fond memories. You want to remember the good times, but you keep giving us this garbage. He should have been fired last year when he made Matt Patricia the offensive coordinator.
I want to deliver a shout out on the Weekend Report. We don't do this very often, but I'd like to say hello.
Thanks, buddy.
I'd like to say hello to John Gordon, who has a very important place in football history. Do you know who John Gordon
No.
is? Do you know what John Gordon invented?
Is he the guy with the Green Bay logo, right?
Yep. And he's dead. Died at 83 today. But he invented the Packers logo.
Oh, wow. Shout out. R.I.P., man.
Shout out John Gordon. Thanks for the G. All right. How about an Eberflus? Do you know what an Eberflus is? That's actually German for functioning idiot. Matt Eberflus, the coach of the Bears. Tie game at 28 after you've blown a 28-7 lead. You have 4th and 1 deep in Broncos territory with about 1:50 to go. Why are we going for it and not kicking the field goal to take the lead there, Matty? Hello, Matty. Anyone home?
Matty feels like I got nothing to lose.
Bears kill a timeout. Come back out on the field. They didn't think better of it. They still go for it. They get stoned. Broncos go down the field. They win the game. Rico Beard. How do you not kick the field goal?
You're supposed to, Mike, but when you're the Bears and everything is going wrong for you, you are now like that degenerate gambler. You hope that the next roll of the dice will change everything for you. Knowing I probably should quit right now, but no, my life will change on this next roll. He shouldn't have. You kick the field goal, and then you just play defense. The bad thing is, Fields actually had a good game, and you just threw it all away. Yeah. You threw it all away.
No to that? Okay. Sorry, I was giving Rico a little just a submission there. Just something written. Hey, real quick, David, signs you're privileged. Episode 1. Rico Beard, can you name the date and team the Niners last lost a regular season game to?
No.
If it takes you that long, you're privileged. You're privileged. He doesn't remember the date or the team his team last lost to.
It was, what, 12 regular season games?
Privilege. Now your homework assignment, you go look up the last time you felt pain.
Somebody in the NFL?
Privilege. Let me move along. Shout out to Pat Mahomes. Brilliant or BS, people. Mahomes scrambling has a surefire touchdown to ice the Jets. And you know what he said? No. Because I care about my teammates and I care about those who bet the Jets getting 9.5. Mahomes slid down in bounds. Kneel, we're leaving. Versus if he scored like that selfish SOB on Oregon the night they played Texas Tech, your defense would have to play 8, 9, 10 more snaps.
No.
Pat Mahomes is a brilliant man. I just wanted to say that.
No, because unlike James Franklin, Patrick Mahomes hates you. I could have made sure that the Chiefs covered. And everybody out there who had us in a parlay to cover, that's for you. No, he stood up and might as well just put the middle fingers up in the air and said, ha, yeah, Taylor Swift that. Oh, by the way,
Yes.
speaking of Mahomes, that's who they last lost to, the Niners.
What week? What was the date on that?
It was October 23rd.
This man's going on a full calendar year almost.
44-23. I remember because I was just like, wow, maybe they're not ready for the Super Bowl yet.
Yes, David. You're
That
about to
hurt.
speak.
Privilege. It's ridiculous.
And I leave you with this question on the Weekend Report, and it's an over-under for Rico Beard. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Over or under 6 Harlan Barnett score on the Wonderlic.
Not fair. Nope.
And that is the Weekend Report.